Napoleon Bonaparte, one of history's most fascinating figures, had a life full of remarkable and surprising episodes. Here are 20 of the craziest facts about his life and times. 1. Napoleon wasn't French by birth. He was born on the island of Corsica in 1769, just 15 months after France took control of the island from Genoa. He grew up speaking Italian and only later learned French, which he spoke with a thick Corsican accent. 2. Napoleon's height. He's often remembered as being very short, but Napoleon was around 5 feet 6 inches or 5 feet 7 inches, average for his time. The myth of him being unusually short was likely due to confusion between French and English measurements and political caricatures. 3. Napoleon was once attacked by a horde of bunnies. In 1807, after signing the Treaty of Tilsit, Napoleon organized a rabbit hunt to celebrate. The rabbits were released, but instead of fleeing, they charged at him and his hunting party. The attack by hundreds of bunnies forced Napoleon to flee the scene. 4. He wrote a romantic novella. Before becoming the famous general and emperor, Napoleon wrote a short romance novel titled Clisson et Eugénie, reflecting a love story, possibly based on his own experience. 5. He almost moved to America. After his first abdication in 1814, Napoleon briefly considered fleeing to America. He even ordered the construction of a fleet to carry him across the Atlantic, but the plan fell apart when he was captured by the British. 6. Napoleon created the metric system. Well, he didn't invent it, but he supported its adoption and helped standardize the system that is still used globally today. 7. The Napoleon Complex. The idea that shorter men overcompensate with aggression and ambition is often tied to Napoleon, but historians largely dismiss this as a myth. There's little evidence Napoleon had any such insecurities about his height. 8. The Rosetta Stone. Napoleon's 1798 Egyptian campaign was a military failure, but it led to one of history's greatest archaeological discoveries, the Rosetta Stone, which helped unlock the secrets of Egyptian hieroglyphics. 9. He escaped assassination by mere minutes. In 1800, a royalist plot to assassinate Napoleon with a bomb, the plot of the Infernal Machine, nearly succeeded. He left his carriage moments before the explosion, saving his life. 10. Napoleon sold the Louisiana Territory. Strapped for cash, Napoleon sold France's vast Louisiana Territory to the U.S. in 1803 for $15 million. This deal, known as the Louisiana Purchase, doubled the size of the United States. 11. The invasion of Russia. Disaster. In 1812, Napoleon's invasion of Russia ended in catastrophe. His Grande Armée of over 600,000 men was reduced to fewer than 100,000 by the time they retreated from Moscow. Cold, starvation, and Russian attacks decimated his forces. 12. Napoleon as an environmentalist. During his campaign in Egypt, Napoleon ordered the planting of palm trees and other vegetation to help reduce the encroachment of desert sands. 13. He banned handshakes. Napoleon considered shaking hands to be unhygienic and preferred to greet people by touching their elbows or wrists instead. 14. A lover of books. Napoleon was an avid reader and amassed an enormous library of around 3,500 books that he carried with him, even on military campaigns. He favored works on history, philosophy, and politics. 15th, he championed religious tolerance. While Napoleon is known for his militaristic campaigns, he also enacted reforms promoting religious tolerance. He recognized the Jewish community in France, granting them rights and encouraging integration into French society. 16. The Napoleonic Code, perhaps his greatest non-military legacy. This legal code reformed civil law in France and became a model for legal systems worldwide. It emphasized equality before the law, meritocracy, and property rights. 17. Napoleon's battle horse, Marengo. His favorite horse, Marengo, accompanied him in several key battles. After Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo, Marengo was captured by the British, and his skeleton now resides in a museum in England. 18. Napoleon was the King of Italy. In 1805, Napoleon declared himself the King of Italy and even had a special iron crown created for the occasion. 19. He had a great memory for details. Napoleon could recall intricate details of battlefield positions, troop numbers, and specific instructions without needing written notes. This skill was a key to his military genius. 20. Exiled twice. Napoleon was exiled not once but twice. After his first abdication in 1814, he was exiled to Elba, from which he famously escaped, returned to power for 100 days, and then was defeated again at Waterloo in 1815. He was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he spent the rest of his life. Napoleon's life was marked by ambition, military prowess, and eccentricities that continue to fascinate historians and the public alike.